Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone Zero, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. Hopefully everyone's Jufufu pulls and Caesar pulls went well, and that you got the correct feline and also the correct stunner. Starting things off with in-game news though, to help everyone recover from all of the new agents that we've been getting, we are once again having not double, but triple drops for combat training stages. So this will give everyone a chance to replenish all of those dennies or upgrade materials that we also desperately need. And trust me, even if you don't think that you do, I am telling you now, you need to farm more dennies. You can never have enough. But these triple drops will start on Friday the 4th of July and will run until the 9th of July. Speaking of the 4th of July though, that is going to be the anniversary for Zenless Zone Zero. While nothing exactly has been announced for this day specifically, you may want to keep an eye out because on that same day, we will very likely be getting the 2.1 livestream showcase. So, during this live stream, you can expect to see more details about what to expect once patch 2.1 does arrive. And most importantly, we'll get to see the kits for both Yuzuha and Alice, and since it will be coinciding with the game's actual anniversary, maybe there'll be some other cool stuff to see too. But don't worry, if you can't catch the live stream, as usual, I will also be uploading a recap video shortly after the live stream ends. So be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when that does go up. Otherwise, on Friday, we will still also be having our regularly scheduled Shiyu defense reset. This time, the buff will increase days by 10% and ultimate damage by 30%. And when enemies are stunned, all squad members will receive a 15% sheer damage bonus as well as a 20% crit damage increase. Now, with it about to be July, there are two friendly reminders. The first is that we are now halfway through the year. Kinda scary to think about how time flies, doesn't it? Anyway, you're welcome for that shocking revelation. But secondly, the monthly shops are resetting. So be sure to buy out whatever you need from the Scott Outpost Logistics shop, as well as all of the discounted rolls in the Signal shop. And don't forget that now you can also buy one Mindscape of any A-rank character directly from the shop instead of the two rotating every month. But speaking of getting some discounted rolls though, if you would like to top up on some polychromes yourselves, why not try using LD Shop? Especially considering you can get top-up options cheaper through LD Shop than you would in-game, with discounts of up to nearly 22% for new users. For example, purchasing an internet membership through LD Shop costs only $3.87 compared to the $5 if you were to purchase it in-game. And topping up is really easy. All you need is your in-game user ID and your server. Once you fill those in, you can click on top up, choose your payment method, and within seconds your order is completed and you can see the rewards in-game. And yes, you can even get the double bonus for first-time top-ups. LD Shop is a trusted and authorized service that is 100% safe and legitimate. Also, if you use my link in the description when you register on LD Shop, you will also get a 5% off coupon to use. And if you spend over $80, you will also gain a VIP membership, which can earn you free internet memberships and regular coupons. Once again, you can check out the description and the pinned comment to start saving with LD Shop. Moving on to social media news though, there is a very big event coming our way to celebrate the anniversary, and that is the return of the 2025 Drip Fest, which features some amazing prizes like, for example, a golden Bangbu trophy, $3,000, an acrylic calendar, and a share of up to 100,000 polychrome. For the Drip Fest, there are three categories: illustrations, videos, and music. And you can submit work for any and all of these categories. And for each category, there will be plenty of winners. First place in each category get a golden Bangbu, $3,000, 10,000 polychrome, and an acrylic calendar. Then, there will be three winners in each category that will each receive $1,500, 5,000 polychrome, and the acrylic calendar. And also, there will be 10 winners in each category that will win $500, 3,000 polychrome, and that same acrylic calendar. But for those that don't win outright, if your work is viewed over 2,000 times on whatever platform you choose to post your work on, you will also earn a share of up to 100,000 polychrome. And each platform will have their own polychrome pool. So you can post your work on multiple different platforms too to make the most of these different polychrome sources. For full information about the event, check the linked tweet in the description below, and also you can already go to the Dripfest website and start browsing some of the amazing work already being shared. And even if all you do is simply participate, there are of course some rewards for you too. But even if you don't participate, there is still a chance for you to win some prizes with the Dripfest support event. By going to the linked tweet in the description and clicking on the button on said tweet, you have a chance to win VIP passes to the EDC Music Festival in Las Vegas or some Bamboo standees. Otherwise though, for a more laid-back event, we also have a Jufufu event called Not a Cat, But a Tiger, where you can follow the official Zenless Zone Zero Twitter account and then comment on the linked tweet in the description with a screenshot of the GIF for a chance to win an Amazon gift card or some merchandise. And then, coming back to the game's anniversary, over on HoYoFair, a video celebrating various moments throughout Season 1 has been posted on their YouTube channel. But, in the tweet promoting it, they do mention that supposedly, the agents have prepared their own albums as anniversary gifts. So keep an eye out on that HoYoFair YouTube channel for some more potential videos in the coming days. Now though, moving on to the speculation zone. I'm sure with the patch 2.1 livestream around the corner, the thing on everyone's minds is, what can we expect in the stream? Aside from, of course, details about Yuzuha and Alice's kits, because, well, one thing is the story, and funnily enough, this is going to be kind of important, as this will dictate what we can expect for the rest of Season 2. Since in Season 1, it felt like all of the odd patches had more quote-unquote side stories, right? With stuff like the Jane Doe or the Yanagi or the Astra stories, which don't really do much in terms of the main plot itself. But still, they were fun nonetheless. So we'll see if that trend will be the same now in Season 2. And also, more importantly, another thing to look out for is whether or not there will be an agent story for what I would assume would be Alice, since she will be in the second half of the patch. Because before patch 2.0 in the dev talk, they mentioned wanting to streamline all of the stories, making them more connected to the proxies and the Phaethon story as a whole. Now, maybe that was referring to the actual main stories of each patch, so that's why I said maybe the 2.1 story might still be revolving around Phaethon, or maybe if you interpret it differently, maybe it meant that the devs wanted to integrate the agent stories into the main story itself, which we did kind of see a bit with Hugo and Vivian's stories in patch 1.7. But here's where I'm going to be honest. I, and I think a lot of others, weren't really a fan of how it felt like Hugo's story got randomly shoved into the middle of patch 1.7 with his random 2-hour-long segue. It also meant that later on, when Hugo's banner did come out, there was no story to go alongside it, so it was kind of like a dead patch in content for that second half. So that's why I was kind of excited to see that Jufufu would have her own dedicated agent story now in patch 2.0. But to be honest, that Jufufu agent story was kinda meh in my opinion. It was very short, and it was kinda not that interesting altogether. Now, maybe we're just being spoiled since the last time we had a proper agent story was Trigger and Soldier Anby, which were both absolute bangers. But it'll be interesting to see how the devs tiptoe around this topic moving forward. The other thing to expect during the 2.1 livestream, which is a little less on the nose, but if you've been browsing Zenless Zone Zero fan art lately, you may have noticed a lot of fan art of Belle, specifically in summer clothes. And I mean, that makes sense, right? It is summer after all, but isn't it kind of funny that despite there being so many different artists all around the world, whenever they decide to draw Belle in summer clothes, they all decide to draw her in the exact same outfit? Nah, but maybe that's just a coincidence. But maybe it's not though. But as always, that is just speculation. I'm sure all will be revealed this Friday in the 2.1 livestream. Otherwise, as always, thank you all for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, liking, commenting, and subscribing is greatly appreciated. But until next time, bye bye.